When the Lord Ravager Astropolis unveiled his disguise, his clones appeared across plain Arcadia. Astropolis made a spectacular entry into the Phantasmoon Games, sparking widespread panic and turning plain Arcadia into an apocalyptic ruin. Meanwhile, Astropolis led Himiko into a painting that represented her past. Astropolis did this to seek out an answer. At the end of the Bloodstained Games 15 years ago, how did Himiko escape the weathering curse? And what was Aha's role in it all? Himiko's past was slowly revealed. She and Motoko, the Imagine who bore her wishes, struggled to ignite the Express and send it soaring into the sky. Though Aha offered no reward, they received a gift from a mysterious figure hidden within the shadow of the Phantasmoon. Himiko and Motoko exchanged their destinies. Two girls made a promise to each other. When the Phantasmoon was full again, the Express would return with companions and stories, with a desperate determination to get even closer to the stars. The Astral Express soared into the sky once more. 15 years later, Himiko had become the person she had once aspired to be. In this game between Astropolis and Himiko, Himiko left behind clues only the Express crew would comprehend, and revealed the true nature of Astropolis' abilities. As a Lord Ravager with power over possibilities, he had imaginated an apocalyptic ending, dooming everyone on the canvas of reality in Ahatopia. Yaguang summoned the Spiritus Kalachakra Sky Plume to battle Astropolis' countless created selves. By using the power of observation, she located Astropolis' true body and sunk into the gap between existence and non-existence. And so, the battle between the Express crew and Astropolis began. In the ensuing battle, the Express crew found themselves pushed to their limits against a Lord Ravager fighting at full strength. Fulfilling her promise as the navigator, Himiko stood before everyone, willing to sacrifice her life to protect their chance of escape. When all hope seemed lost, my desperate wish awakened the Stellaron. I chose to bring Himiko back, and with her, preserve the continuation of the Trailblaze. The Stellaron answered this phenomenal wish, sending me back to the moment before everything became irreversible, and allowing me to turn the tide of the battle. With the encouragement of the Express crew, Himiko channeled unprecedented wish power and confidence to imaginate something she had long been unable to materialize. The Mechatron Starblazer. Astropolis' plan was foiled. Even in his moment of defeat, he arrogantly declared to me, "Flee." His plan stretched beyond victory and defeat. He had plotted for so long, and his plan was finally coming to fruition. The Veracity Husk, sealed for ages by the Phantasmoon Games, was finally awakening.
Run. Once the Veracity awakens, you'll have nowhere to run. If you want to live, tell us how to seal it.
It's too late. Just like how a star can collapse into a black hole. Once hunger crosses its limit, the husk's awakening will be unstoppable. I've waited thousands of years for this, watching my plans be disrupted, rectified, and delayed time after time. But a true plan doesn't require ingenious calculations. All it needs is patience. Nothing can compete against time, especially time armed with patience.
This isn't for you to decide! You've lost your mind. He wants to offer himself up as a sacrifice to satiate the husk.
Offer myself up? You flatter me. My plan was to offer you, and all the supplicants to the husk. Unfortunately, luck isn't on my side, but a loser should face his defeat with pride, and the victor should receive their rewards. Take this treasure, young nameless. Consider it a token of recognition from a former navigator. Show it how you'll face the coming challenge. The fragments of the divine are due to feed. And so, once more, I depart for a destination that never extended me an invitation. From the bottom of my heart, I hope our paths do not cross at that place. It's too late. The veracity has awakened. Now, run.
Quick, onto Starblazer, immediately!
Can a girl even catch her breath after defeating a villain?
Ahmad is dead, but he's already nailed the apocalyptic nightmare firmly into the fabric of this world.
Where are we headed next? Who are we fighting this time? We gotta do something, right?
The destination's always been clear. We're heading to Perdido Station.
Calm down, March. Fighting isn't the only thing the Nameless are good for. Leading people safely out of their predicament. And that's a mission even more true to the Trailblaze creed than taking down a formidable foe. That's exactly what we're about.
Himeko, you saying...
The husk's awakening can no longer be avoided. So from now on, we need to use what time we have left to do what the Astral Express does best.
I've arrived at the same conclusion. The husk's activity ramps is rising exponentially. It's only a matter of time before the seal completely disintegrates. Based on signal personal strength alone, it is estimated the veracity husk deep within Planet Canyon will break through its seal and tear open the world in chaos in 8 system hours. When that happens, the planet Ahotopia will be the first course on the menu once the Eon's remains awaken. And 12 system hours after that, the entire Consternation star zone will be reduced to a feast for the Ravages. The Express is the vehicle with the longest known warp range and the greatest carrying capacity. I've already given the order. Perdido Station will clear a priority lane for you. Please proceed to Perdido Station with all haste. Allow the refugees to board and leave Plain Arcadia.
Understood. Better brace ourselves for the most packed ride the Express has ever seen.
Helping the security officers move supplies and keep order, I kept wondering when you'd come back. You really made it! Oh, no wonder you're the protagonist. Lucky as always.
Oh, thank goodness! I thought the president had gone out in a blaze of glory! Thanks to you, President, everyone's doing great!
Oh, by the way, what about that Cienjo general who set out with you? To lock on to Astropolis' clones, General Yao Guang was imprisoned within infinite possibilities. I don't even know if she still exists. I see. Her divination came true after all. But, hey! There's no word she's dead for certain. Which means she's definitely still out there. I'll find a way to bring her back. I promise. I'm afraid now's not exactly the time for this. The ground outside is shaking like crazy. Looks like some big trouble is rearing its ugly head. I spotted Miss Kuchiba on a call with my creditor, the esteemed Madame Pearl. They were talking about doing a head count of the refugees and getting everyone aboard the Astral Express. I'd better head back and help them out. Everyone's pitching in and I'd look pretty bad just sitting around twiddling my thumbs. You should go talk to them in the meantime.
Madam Pearl, I have to ask. By entrusting this intelligence to us, what exactly is it you're hoping Mr. Ashvale and I will do?
What any good security officer and detective should do. Keep Plain Arcadia safe.
Keep Plain Arcadia safe? We're not even specks of dust in the face of the husk. Come on. This is way beyond anything a security officer and a detective should be dealing with.
This isn't where your battle lies. I'll request that the Astral Express take you to Astropolis. You've arrived 3 minutes ahead of schedule. A good omen.
Interesting. And what would you have us do? File a petition? Stage a protest? To the IPC and all their superiority, we're not even ants worth stepping on.
The intelligence I'm entrusting to you both comes from years of personal investigation. It isn't encrypted, nor does it have to be delivered to the IPC's top brass. I have but one request. Protect Plain Arcadia at all costs. Perhaps you still remember Jade's invitation. A 7-member summit on the Anti-Destruction Alliance is to be convened in Astropolis. I'm hoping the Astral Express can take the refugees from Perdido Station and bring them there. Before the time comes for the husk to break through the seal, I implore you to report the situation in Plain Arcadia to the IPC's top brass and ensure that the preservation's protection is secured.
Will the Amber Lord answer our call?
The Amber Lord shall be watching. In 12 system hours, the husk will devour the entire star system, and the IPC's decision will serve as an interpretation and execution of the ideals of the preservation. Their weighted gaze will inevitably fall upon here. What we need is to tip the balance of IPC's decision-making toward protection rather than abandonment. Under Klapoth's watchful gaze, Graphia, Silverwolf, and I will reenact the World and Canvas ceremony to block the husk and buy time before it breaks free.
Madam Pearl, you're not coming with the Express?
No. My duty lies here. I shall stand with Plain Arcadia to the very end. Besides, the artistic realm I've sought for so long is finally smiling upon me. 1,000 years ago, Graphia encanvassed the entire world in that very same moment of peril. Now that I have another chance to put brush to canvas, how could I possibly let it slip away? There's no need to worry about me. I've already made arrangements in Astropolis for the current situation. I know. The Nameless have always been brave enough to linger in the direst of plights. Running away has never been your style. But that's exactly why I'm asking you to bear this decision. The one that's harder for you than any other. There is still hope. So long as even a single stroke remains to be drawn upon the blank spaces of Fate's canvas, the masterpiece that is Plain Arcadia will not be lost, and the Phantasmoon Games are far from over. No matter how dire things get, we shall find it in ourselves to smile, for this is a ceremony meant to bring joy and miracles to the world.
Yes, there's still hope. Madam Pearl, I once said that the Trailblaze would serve as the sail for the Anti-Destruction Alliance. And so, in times of fierce winds and rough seas, that's precisely when a sail must do its part. Next, it's time for the Astral Express's War Council. Everyone, we're short on time. Refugees are gathering at Perdido Station, and we need to get them aboard the Express as quickly as possible. March, Sunday. I'm counting on you two for this.
You got it. Leave it to me. I won't leave a single person behind.
Once the Express departs, I'll need you to handle navigation and keep things in order on board. Haven't you been doing a great job this whole time? From here on out, you'll have to get used to holding the wheel. As for me, I'm the one who set out from this place, and the one who's come back. This is my fight, and mine alone. I'm leaving Madame Pearl's request in your hands.
All right. I'll get the Express and everyone on board safely to the next stop. I won't let you down.
Feels like we're back to that very first moment when we boarded the Express. Well then, I'll stay behind and help Himiko maintain the Starblazer.
In that case, the duty of protecting the Express falls to me. I'll be clearing the lane when the Express takes off.
One last thing before we depart. Sunday, I have a gift for you. As the Navigator, I'd like to officially invite you to join the Nameless of the Astral Express. You could have left at any time, but thank you for staying with us all the way here. You may not be one of the Nameless who solemnly swore their oaths upon the path of the Trailblaze, but I believe the courage you showed standing beside us against Asat Pramod is nobler than any oath ever spoken.
Thank you, Miss Himiko. Though plain Arcadia was not the place I sought, I still believe that somewhere at the end of the road I have yet to walk, there exists something more enduring, something truly worthy of being called an Arcadia. To that end, I'm willing to walk this path with you all, to witness it, and to see it through to the future that awaits us.
Everyone, from this moment onward, we each march toward our own battlefields and fight for the survival of this world. But this is no farewell. I won't say goodbye to any of you. Not while we're still walking the same path. This journey leads us starward.
Once I've taken care of things in Astropolis, I'll head back as soon as I can.
Attention, all evacuees at the Perdido station! Please form an orderly line and board the Astral Express for immediate transport to Astropolis. I repeat, please form an orderly line and board the Astral Express for immediate transport to Astropolis.
There's still...
A captain would never abandon their ship when it's about to sink, and I won't either. As the station master of Perdido Station, I will guard this place until my very last breath.
Attention all passengers! The Astral Express will be departing in 10 minutes! Please board without delay!
Medicine, food, thermal blankets. This is the last crate. Madame Pearl told us there'd be people in Astropolis to receive the refugees. But we should still bring some emergency supplies just in case. Better safe than sorry.
The marketing development department and the technology department left behind one hell of a mess before she took over this world. And she wants to hand over every last shred of evidence she's gathered over the years to us, so we can deliver it right under the IPC's nose. Never thought I'd end up moonlighting as a delivery man at the end of the day.
Well, it's not too far off from the Galaxy Ranger playbook, delivering evidence of the bad guys' crimes right to their doorstep, gift-wrapped with a few bullets.
Based on what I know about the IPC and how they operate, she's basically handed us a hot potato.
Cross-world law enforcement. That's a bit beyond the scope of anyone's jurisdiction. But judging by the look on your face, I'd say this isn't much of a hot potato at all. More like a ripe, sweet fruit just waiting to be picked.
Everyone, The Express is ready for departure. Please bring the remaining supplies and the last of the evacuees aboard as soon as possible. We need to depart immediately.
Attention all passengers! The Astral Express will be departing in 5 minutes! Please board without delay! Holy for bully! Imaginae are leaving plain Arcadia? I've heard that Imaginae who lose their wish power will vanish in the blink of an eye. Like takeout left outside Mr. Detective's door. God, without a trace.
Don't be silly. Your cuteness will definitely get tons of attention wherever you go. People will shower you with wish power. Anyway, just remember, it'll be fine. You're not gonna die.
Really? But I'm a journalist! Has it finally come to the point where I have to rely on my looks to get by?
I can't speak for other places out in the middle of nowhere. But Astropolis? That's where Interastral Peace Entertainment is based. And Imaginae there's like a fish back in water.
That's great! We're running out of time, so hop on board, everyone. Mr. Shush has got hot drinks waiting for you all. You'll be safe and sound once you're on the Express. Open up the tavern! Sampo, you really think the world's end is some kind of public shelter?
I know. Ever since the tavern was first established, it's only ever had one rule. No entry for anyone but fools. If we just throw the door to the hidden world wide open for anyone, people are gonna be pointing fingers at us. But old Zippo, look at this flock of lost sheep with nowhere to go, and I gotta say, my heart's aflutter. End of the world survival. Now that's a market with some serious profit potential.
Sampo, you ought to stitch yourself a mask out of credits. If you've got a soft spot for them, just admit it.
So, it appears our beautiful and kind-hearted Miss Sparksy has some sort of compromise in mind?
Rules may be set in stone, but a fool is anything but. Tavern business cards, special edition. Every single one is laced with my Sparksy virus. Just scatter them around, and whoever picks them up will get a Sparksicle mask.
Brilliant! That basically means everyone's a masked fool from now on. Well, leave it to me to open the door. Good luck out there.
Alrighty, my dear little Sparks heads, quit moping around. Pull yourselves together and get ready for the next party. An even bigger bash, the Doomsday Sparksicon! Everyone's a guest here. Grab a mask if you feel like it. As for surviving the chaos in this tavern, well, it all comes down to how wild a ride they're willing to have.
What's the deal with these people? Did Sparksy let them in again?
Darn it! Sampo, who told you to open the tavern door to these regular people?
Easy there, young fool. Around here we extend a little grace and a little courtesy to anyone wearing a mask. Besides, I won't be sticking around here for long. Old Sampo will be taking them somewhere safe. Let old Sampo think for a second here. Where should our Doomsday Tour group take our new friends for a little sightseeing? Lushaka? Oh, these old legs can't afford to get rheumatism on top of everything else. Planet Screwlum? Those Intellitrons are way too cold. Wait, cold? Haha, I got it! Stick with moi, everyone, for only 10 credits each. I'll take you somewhere with absolutely gorgeous scenery! The Bellabog Tour Group is officially open for business!
Masked fools are pretty impressive when they actually get their act together. Guess I'd better pick up the pace too.
Attention all passengers! The Astral Express will be departing in 3 minutes! Please board without delay!
Time to get going. Himiko, Don Hong, Mr. Yang, hang in there. I'll be back to help as soon as I can. No matter how many obstacles lie ahead, no matter how many solutions I must try, I will win the support we need, bring the preservation's aid to this place, and put an end to the threat of the veracity.
We believe in you.
Don't worry about us. We're counting on you now.
We'll hold out until the moment you return with good news.
No navigator is born knowing where the destination lies. The moment a nameless turns their gaze toward a destination not yet reached, they become the navigator of their own journey. Everyone, it's time for departure.
Attention all passengers! The express will be departing in 1 minute! Express is about to make the jump! The express is about to make the jump! Please be seated and hold on! Goodness! How could it end here? Let me give you a hand. Express system diagnostics in progress. All passengers, please remain calm and stay where you are. Is everyone okay? For a moment, I thought I was a goner back there.
I think I'm getting a little motion sick.
You're lucky you can even feel motion sick. We almost didn't make it back there. Did you guys see that giant hand sweep past the window? It just came down from the sky and swatted the Phantom Moon away.
I wasn't paying attention to that. All I saw was Don Hong and Miss Himiko fighting to clear a path for us.
Conductor, what about things over in Plain Arcadia? Is everything okay?
Relax. So long as no one's in a rush to charge head first into the beast's maw, your friends still have time to hold their own against the husk.
What's going on? Who's talking? Why would you bring something like that back here? I heard that too, but I never thought you'd actually have the guts to take it. That's the head of a Lord Ravager we're talking about here.
It's hard to say whether Asat Pramad's head is that hand, or this die.
We've got enough trouble as it is! The Astral Express does not welcome it!
Dear conductor, don't you think that's a little harsh?
Thanks to you, the Express has had more close calls with death than Pop Pop can count! Don't make Pop Pop find a blender and turn you into a smoothie!
It's all over now, conductor. I'm just a die left behind by Asat Pramad, a harmless toy that can't even move on its own.
I see. How did things end up like this?
Life is full of surprises, I suppose. Sorry for all the trouble I've caused you. To make up for everything I've caused the Express, how about I go back to my old line of work as I see? You might think of me as a little teaching tool. Whenever the young Trailblazer needs some tempering, or craves a little excitement on a dull stretch of the journey, just toss me up in the air. Just as I always have, I'll bring you a one-of-a-kind trial of probability. After all, learning to stay true to your path amidst chaos and the unexpected, that's one of the most important lessons for the Nameless, isn't it? Roll a 1, and I'll generate astral charts plotting a course straight to the Antimatter Legion's Warforge. Roll a 2, and for the next hour, every beverage on the Express will be replaced with high-energy fuel, or Von Walk's iron-eating stomach acid.
Please, just find a rag and wrap it up.
I can tell. Back when I see the Starseer was around, the Nameless never lacked the opportunity to go on an adventure.
Times have changed. Passenger with Himiko away, you'll need to step up and take on the role of acting navigator. Calibrating the warp jump to Astropolis is gonna take a little more time. Why don't you head to the party car and check in on everyone? Those passengers who just escaped must still have their hearts in their mouths. Go bring them a hot drink and say a few comforting words. Let them know that now they're aboard the Express, everything's going to be okay.
Leave it to us, conductor.
March, Sunday. Time to head over to the party car and check on the refugees.
They're home. It's gone.
It'll be safer in Astropolis.
How are we supposed to make...
Daddy, where are we going? I don't want to go out anymore. I want to go home to Mommy.
We'll go home soon, I promise.
Little one, I'm afraid we'll have to find somewhere safer. Think of it as being a brave explorer for a little while.
Explore?
Even heroes in stories have to retreat sometimes before they can find the weapon to beat the big bad monster. So we gotta be brave. Wouldn't you agree?
I'm gonna be a brave explorer. Some people look miserable. Others are crying. The mood around here feels so heavy. Their homeland is about to be destroyed by some unknown catastrophe, and they're being forced to leave everything behind. Far from home, to a strange world on the other side of the cosmos. Everyone's on edge, not knowing what the next moment might bring. What are we supposed to do?
Fear is contagious. It spreads from one person to the next. One person cries, and 10 more start to panic. Let me try using my tuning to soothe these people. Strange. I can't sense their feelings anymore. The power bestowed upon me by the Mask of Elation. It's gone. Is it because we're outside of plain Arcadia now?
You got this, protagonist. Tuning might relieve them from panic for a while, but it won't help them see the situation for what it really is. These people don't need some lofty, out-of-reach promise. All we need to give them is a clear, safe next step.
So, where we're headed, is it safe?
I know how it feels to be uprooted from your homeland on such short notice. Heading to a world you've never seen. It's only natural for people to feel scared. Our destination is hardly some dangerous, uncharted wasteland. Astropolis is one of the major worlds under the IPC, equipped with comprehensive shelter facilities and legal protections. Not only will everyone be safe there, but you'll also be provided with temporary housing and living supplies. Once the crisis in plain Arcadia has been resolved, the IPC will arrange for each one of you to be returned home.
Really? You sure those bigwigs at the IPC won't just treat us like a bunch of rats and slam the door in our faces?
Madame Pearl has already arranged everything for you all. Plain Arcadia is a member of the Pan-Cosmic Trade System. The IPC has an obligation to ensure the safety of plain Arcadia when it faces a crisis.
I know that some of you still have loved ones back in your homeland. And some are grieving for all that it's been through. But plain Arcadia is still standing. Its light still shines on the Express's astral charts. Because there are still many brave souls fighting on that land. The Nameless, the Stellaron Hunters, the Masked Fools, and, of course, Madame Pearl.
But is there truly any way to stop those things crawling out from underground?
Everyone! The Astral Express just took down a Lord Ravager. And the ones still there in plain Arcadia are none other than her most trustworthy companions.
I have faith in them. The same way I have faith in everyone here in this car right now. They haven't given up on this world. We cannot allow ourselves to be overcome by fear or despair.
Everyone, once we reach Astropolis safely, we can bring the crisis in plain Arcadia to the attention of more powerful forces across the cosmos. And when that happens, everything taking place on this planet will receive the reinforcements it desperately needs. And that's what this journey is all about. Carrying the spark of hope out there for those fighting the good fight.
Astropolis. I've heard of that place. It should be safe.
With the Trailblazer's strength, she wouldn't lie to us, would she?
We need to get the children out. The Astral Express.
Nice work.
Now that the tide of panic has receded, everyone's got, well, a solid rock to stand on, to say the least. to say. Your ability to deliver a speech is unexpectedly impressive. In any case, we can deal with whatever trouble the future throws at us after we get to Astropolis.
Attention, everyone! Calibration is complete. The Express will be warping to Astropolis shortly. For your safety, please find the nearest seat and buckle up.
Sounds like the conductor's all set. Let's grab a seat.
Engines primed. We're ready to depart at any time.
Himiko, Dan Heng, Mr. Yang. Please hang in there and stay safe. You have to wait for me to come back.
So that giant cube is...
Attention, all passengers. The warp jump is complete. We have arrived safely at Astropolis.
So what are we supposed to do next? Himeko and Mr. Yang always make it look so easy. Like it's just step 1, 2, 3. But now that they're gone, I end up completely flustered.
As per tradition, every time the Express makes a stop, we Nameless gather first to decide on our next course of action.
Incoming encrypted transmission from Astropolis.
Looks like our discussion will have to be put on hold.
Friends of the Astral Express, you're finally here. I've been receiving intermittent hyperspace transmissions from Pearl. I'm now up to speed on the emergency in plain Arcadia, where the husk is about to break free.
Himeko and Madame Pearl, are they okay?
Based on the timestamps, they were still fighting as of right before your arrival here. I'll authorize landing clearance for you immediately, and have someone sent to receive you. Welcome to Astropolis. I've also made proper arrangements for accommodating the refugees. Please have the representative from the Department of Aberration Defense coordinate with them.
It's rare to see Madame Jade without a trace of a smile on her face.
Well, you know what they say. The fewer the words, the bigger the trouble. I'll go notify the conductor and get the docking car ready.
And I'm going to inform Miss Nilux, Mr. Ashvale, and Miss Kuchiba. We'll need their help getting everyone settled in.
Friends, the docking car is standing by and ready to roll.
Let's head out once you're all set.
Astropolis? Trampolines, beach volleyball, and the smell of barbecue wafting in from who knows where. Guess this is what vacations are all about.
We just barely escaped with our lives. And now we're suddenly greeted by this scene of peace and prosperity. It feels surreal. Like stepping back into Penacony all over again. For the people of Astropolis, the events unfolding in plain Arcadia still seem like a distant affair.
It's hard to imagine what will go through their heads when they hear the news of the Veracity Husk's revival.
From what I know, even if the news spread far and wide, most people in Astropolis would carry on surfing, sipping coffee, and dining on elegantly plated meals at open-air restaurants without batting an eye.
After all, this is the vacation resort for IPC executives. Once people get parasitized by a certain kind of power, they always have this delusion that the fire will never burn its way to them.
The refugees on the Express can't just sit around twiddling their thumbs. We need to report this to the Astropolis authorities ASAP. Just leave that to Mr. Ashvale and me.
Sounds like a plan. Now let's get moving. And don't forget to bring Mr. Analog. His brain works faster than the two of ours put together.
Oh, wait. Take me along, too. Everyone's got something to attend to. How can I just sit here doing nothing?
Well, that won't be necessary. You see... Oh, right. As the Astral Express's biographer, your comic's still running, isn't it? You wouldn't want to miss out on the Express crew's adventures in Astropolis, would you?
A fair point. But I can't just keep being a walking camera, can I?
Miss Nihilux, we understand how you feel. But the work Ashvale and I have ahead of us is... incredibly tedious. And will no doubt be up against Astropolis's massive bureaucratic machine. Please just leave all the bickering and legwork to us.
Those two acting all hush-hush. Are they on some kind of secret mission or what?
Madam Jade said she'd send someone to receive us. So, where's the guy?
Hey! Hello! I've been waiting forever and you didn't even notice me. It's me, your avian buddy Albert.
Did you guys see that? One of the cars just came flying out like a surfboard.
People.
Oh, miracles happen. Surprise! Didn't see that coming, did you?
Mr. Owlbert? What are you doing here?
After all those episodes of Keeping Up with Star Rail, don't tell me you still didn't know the show's physical studio is right here in Astropolis. Do you have any idea how hard it was for me to get away from my mountain of work? All because Madam Jade asked me personally to come pick you up. Picking an old friend of the Astral Express with Jack Based. What's she being all secret about anyway? I'm a pretty big deal in Astropolis, you know. Come on, can't you give me just a teensy little hint? Hoo. I see. It sounds not like a hoot. The only hoots I give are literal ones. Anyway, I'll probably know more.
Wordplay? Seriously? At a time like this? Unbelievable.
Easy there, young lady. There's no rush. Just follow me. We'll cut through the Tennessee Side Park, and Madam Jade will be waiting for you somewhere a little more convenient. In the meantime, allow me to give you a grand tour of the city of converging stars along the way. Its sights, its culture, the whole shebang. Joey. Speaking of which, why is this place called Kenneth Pop? Ta-da! The answer is... The administrator of Astropolis is named Kenneth Arita, and he's the one who designed this seaside park.
All right, we're not here for sightseeing. Can we just put the tour guide act on hold for now?
Here we are. Just head up this way. Madam J's waiting for you on the hotel terrace.
The Tide of Terminator Grand Hotel, huh? So this is the spot Madam Jade picked. Pretty tucked away, I gotta say.
Wait, you've been here before, Miss Blurry?
Well, I did actually live here for a while back in the day. You know how it is. As a comic artiste, my greatest talent is traveling around the world, alternating between field research and deadline crunches.
Every time I do an interview, I can't help but envy you guests who get to travel far and wide and rack up all those amazing experiences. Sadly, work is like an invisible birdcage that I just can't seem to get away from. Well, the mission Madam Jade assigned to me is all wrapped up. Much as I hate to say goodbye to you all, I gotta be on my way and get back to recording the show. Before I head out, I hope you don't mind me asking, Trailblazer, since you graced Astropolis with your presence, would the Keeping Up with Star World production team have the honor of interviewing you and your friends? Really? That'd be great! Well, then, I'll take my leave. Hope your chat goes smoothly!
Hey, why is interplanar jump here in Astropolis? Too.
Come to think of it, I think I might have also spotted some Imagine along the way.
Spacesuits? Jetpacks? Well, aren't we keeping up with the times?
It's been a while, Nameless. And Mr. Sunday.
Sunday is also an official member of the Express now.
Sounds like a lot went down during the Phantasmoon Games.
Nice to meet you. I'm Nihilux, a comic artist. You must be Madame Jade. I've heard so much about you.
Is that so? You look familiar. Have we met somewhere before?
Oh, not surprising at all. I'm sure you must have read my masterpiece, Fluffy Across the Blue. Either that or you've seen one of my on-camera interviews.
Someone help! Please get Miss Blurry and her zero boundaries energy out of here!
The Fluffy. Yes. Pearl has mentioned that comic to me before. But what we need to discuss next has nothing to do with comics. So if you wouldn't mind excusing us.
Fair enough, but I'm guessing whatever you're about to discuss is closely tied to Plain Arcadia. That place is my home, and its future will be determined by the IPC's decisions. I think I have the right to remain here. For as long as I can remember, I've been a bystander, recording other people's stories with my brush. But this time, my sketches, my home, they're all part of that world that's falling apart. At least let me witness the very moment that decides its destiny. Please, don't make me beg.
There are 8 system hours before the husk of veracity breaks through the seal. Pearl's transmission conveyed both her resolve and her plan to save them. She intended to invoke the gaze of the Amber Lord and borrow the power of preservation to encanvas Plain Arcadia once more, buying time against the husk's breakthrough. To that end, she was willing to offer up her cornerstone. But before her message could come through, someone within the IPC, as if they had already seen it coming, issued an early warning about the husk in Plain Arcadia spiraling out of control. At the same time, the one who issued the warning proposed a targeted plan: weaponize the Veracity's husk and transform it into a weapon against destruction. In which case, we would not only neutralize the threat posed by the husk, but also eliminate Nanook's minions once and for all. Perhaps even wound the Eon themselves. By comparison, Pearl's proposal looks more like it's just stalling an inevitable catastrophe.
Convert the husk into a weapon? If we do that, all of Plain Arcadia would cease to exist, wouldn't it?
Once that happens, then Himiko and the others will...
My friends, 2 Stellaron hunters, Madame Pearl, and countless citizens out there are still fighting for Plain Arcadia. As long as there's a chance to help them, as long as there's still a glimmer of hope, I'll pay any price without hesitation. But there is one price I refuse to pay. Their lives.
So, who proposed this plan anyway?
Oswaldo, from the Marketing Development Department.
That monster! Does he have even an ounce of humanity?
Human nature isn't even my main concern here. I'm more doubtful about whether this plan can actually work. I mean, was there really not a single person at the IPC who stood up and asked that guy if this plan even had a snowball's chance of working?
Of course there was. But standing behind Oswaldo was none other than Miss Yabuli from the Technology Department. As the de facto leader of the Intelligentsia Guild, Yabuli has spent years researching this technology. She's staking her personal reputation on seeing it put into practice. I assume you noticed the presence of Imagine on your journey here.
Well, yeah, but what does that have to do with what we're talking about?
They're not visitors who migrated from Plain Arcadia, but homegrown products of Astropolis itself.
I've heard that the birth of Imagine is closely tied to the unique properties of Ahatopia. Could it be that Ms. Yabali really has gotten her hands on some earth-shattering secret?
It's hard to say, but there's no doubt she's conducted extensive research into both the husk and Imagenesis. Her claim that she can manipulate the husk of veracity doesn't seem to be some spur-of-the-moment delusion.
Even if she could harness the veracity, that's not exactly preservation, is it? Aren't you all followers of the Amber Lord?
Little girl, the IPC indeed walks the path of preservation. That much is true. But the IPC is made up of individuals, each with their own idea of what preservation actually means. Should the preservation be about protecting individual lives and homes, or safeguarding the prosperity and order of the universe as a whole? That's a debate the IPC has never stopped having. Compared to the Anti-Destruction Alliance strategy, which would require endless coalition building and diplomatic maneuvering, the proposal to weaponize the husk holds far more appeal. It offers a radical, efficient approach that would dramatically showcase the IPC's power, and the prospect of harnessing the fragments of a fallen eon. This alone was enough to send many a colleague of mine with a taste for grand narratives into a frenzy of eagerness.
Grand indeed. But I fear that when the time comes, Yabali and Oswaldo may end up creating something far more terrifying than Nanook.
From what I understand, no matter how many people support or oppose it, the proposal still has to be put to a vote by the heads of the IPC's 7 departments before it can be implemented.
I've secured the support of Madame Skardai from the Business Consolidation Department, and Zazad from the Talent Motivation Department.
Wait a minute. Let me write down all these names and departments.
You don't need to remember all that. All you need to know is this. The score is 3-3. For the time being, we're tied.
Whew. Thank goodness. Sounds like things haven't gone completely off the rails just yet.
Wait, 7 departments, 7 votes. Did someone abstain?
The power to cast the deciding vote fell into the hands of Mr. Arita from the Traditional Project Department. Instead of tipping his hand at the meeting, he postponed the vote. And in 5 system hours from now, he will give his answer at the Internal Decision-Making Conference.
How long? 5 system hours?
In other words, it's only a matter of 5 hours before plain Arcadia gets canvassed again. Or becomes a total sacrifice to the weaponized husk.
And our goal is to convince the undecided Mr. Arita?
Precisely. As a matter of fact, he refuses to meet with anyone, especially lobbyists from within the IPC. Arita is the most senior of the 7 department heads, and the most low-profile one among them all. Apart from showing up to make calls at key moments, his schedule is never made public. A big man like that prefers to call the shots from behind the scenes, not step into the spotlight to debate with his subordinates.
Then what if it were the Nameless of the Express requesting an audience? Would there be even a sliver of a chance?
It's a long shot, but I guess we could give it a try. I've already dispatched a team of field specialists to track down his movements today. I'm sure one of them will report back with a lead soon.
I'll talk Arita around. No matter what it takes. The fate of billions is at stake. My friends' lives included. That's all the reason I need to keep fighting for this. I believe Madame Pearl shares the same conviction. And that is why she has my respect. But make no mistake. Just because I'm giving this everything I've got doesn't mean I'm fully siding with the Strategic Investment Department. I refuse to let the fate of billions become a bargaining chip in the IPC's internal power struggles.
I understand. I swear by my cornerstone that what I place upon the scales this time is my unconditional trust and support. You have my word, so please rest assured. To ensure you all have a proper base of operations, I'll arrange an office in Lodestar Tower, the central hub of Astropolis. You're welcome to convene there to discuss the matters ahead. Well then, I shall take my leave.
What kind of people does Jade send into the field?
Probably people who are good at staying under the radar, I assume.
They've got intel already? Madame Jade's team really is something else.
They want us to meet at a restaurant. Sounds like they found where Arita's been dining.
So we just barge in and ask for a meeting? Would Arita even agree to see us?
It's not exactly ideal to show up with a crowd when requesting an audience with someone important. How about this? She and I will head out, while March and Miss Nihilux go on ahead to the Lodestar Tower and get settled in. What do you think?
Fair enough. If I tagged along, I'd probably put my foot in it and make things harder for you two anyway.
We can't delay any longer. Let's split up and get moving. All right. This is my first time teaming up with you, huh, Sonny?
Missing Don Hung already? Don't worry. I'll try not to hold you back.
Is the meeting spot somewhere around here? Wait, that figure. Is that you, Scott? You're still alive?
Keep it down, for crying out loud. Can't you see I'm in the middle of a secret mission here? Thanks to your immense generosity, I, Scott, have come back from death, and now I'm back to repay the favor.
And this is...
Oh, almost forgot. This is an old acquaintance of mine, Mr. Scott.
You're the IPC victim from the bloodbath in Dovebrook. So, Mr. Scott, how exactly did you survive?
Wasn't it all thanks to you screaming about getting revenge for me in front of everyone? Oh, please. Would I ever lie to you? Shall we run it back on the VCR?
This one is for Scott! And this one? This is for everyone you've tormented! All right, I said it. So what? Kinda starting to regret it.
Well, it's too late for regrets now. After Interastral Peace Entertainment broadcast that fight, everyone started asking the same thing. Who's Scott? When I was alive, I never imagined I'd ever have that kind of insane clout. That's probably why one day I suddenly woke up in my office in Astropolis as if everything had just been a dream.
It seems wish power doesn't only take effect in plain Arcadia. It can work in Astropolis, too.
My fault. I've been rambling on about everything except what actually matters. But how lucky am I? I just got back from hell, and already I have a chance to repay your kindness. Madam Jade asked me to share what I know about Arita with the two of you.
So, Mr. Scott, you know of Arita's whereabouts?
Of course! The many secrets of Astropolis are practically pinned on a public bulletin board for a wallflower like me, someone who can slip through walls and go completely unnoticed. I sneaked a peek at Arita's secretary's shredder and pieced together his itinerary. Mr. Arita will be dining at this upside-down restaurant today.
In that case, what are we waiting for? Lead the way.
Who would have thought your single act of kindness would transcend worlds and come to our aid?
That was hardly some act of kindness. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Gravity corridor? It feels like I'm back in a Paniconian dream.
Would you like to purchase the ownership rights? Even back when I was still alive, a place like this was a rare splurge for me.
A restaurant that truly lives up to its name. The view here is quite spectacular. In Penacony, whenever the stock market fluctuates, plenty of people will head up to high places for a little mental recalibration. Does Astropolis share the same custom?
A bigwig like him is definitely dining in some secluded private room, probably surrounded by bodyguards too. Let me go scout ahead for you. Wait here.
Any recommendations for a first-time viewer of Tussle Detective? Some people should know that taking a hit can be a blessing.
Oh, wait a minute. Is that Asta?
Oh my, is that you? What a pleasant surprise. What do you mean? Astropolis is my hometown. I've mentioned it before, haven't I? Quite a few people in my family work for the IPC. I racked up a bunch of vacation days at the space station, so I figured I'd use them and come home for a visit. Plus, it gives me a chance to handle some, collaborative matters on behalf of Madame Herta. What about you guys? Here for a meeting with the IPC? Or on vacation?
More or less. We've got some urgent business to take care of.
Ah, then I won't keep you any longer. But if you need anything at all, like booking a table, arranging a visit to the Cloud Peak level of Lodestar Tower, anything like that, just let me know. After all, sometimes connections get you further than regulations on IPC turf. Good luck out there!
Victory Department speech.
Child prodigy who can cry in 5 seconds?
Betray my squad? Never.
Fact. We're the only department without AI assistance.
Child prodigy who...
One guest? This way, please.
It's only been a minute. How did it... Strange. There aren't even any bodyguards around here.
Do those shades look familiar to you?
Wait. They appear to be Mr. Scott's. What exactly happened here?
Mr. Taravan has concluded his meal. Items consumed during his dining session: 100 portions of prime tomahawk steak, 30 blocks of dragon scale cheese, 10 servings of emerald mushroom salad, assorted Lushaka blue spotted sashimi, and gold flake wine.
Taravan? That's quite the appetite. And you are?
I am Mr. Taravan's personal dietary management robot. My duties include monitoring his blood pressure before and after meals, and ensuring he takes his high-potency digestive enzymes and gout medication. My regards to you both. all for the Emperor Lord and that eternally bottomless dinner table. Wash your hands before you eat. Rinse your mouth after the treat. Good health makes for a happy life. Yo ho, yo ho.
So, this isn't some private room for Mr. Arita at all.
You guessed correctly, Penaconian exile. Please don't blame your poor ghost friend. His idea of stealth isn't nearly as impressive as he thinks, and neither is his brain. With just a little bit of misdirection, he dutifully led you straight here to me. Of course, I wouldn't be so bold as to let you disturb Mr. Taravan's meal without permission. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Kenneth Arita of the Traditional Project Department.
Traditional Project Department? Arita?
Oh, why, of course not. I'm merely an adopted son, fortunate enough to bear the old gentleman's family name. If you think of all of Astropolis as one big sprawling family, then I'd be the butler of the household. And a butler's job is to know everything that goes on within the estate, down to the smallest detail, and to ensure no pests ever find their way inside to threaten the family's interests. I heard that the Astral Express had arrived in Astropolis, 3 nameless bringing a flock of refugees to beg for aid. Curiosity got the better of me, so I decided to come and take a look. And the result turns out to be disappointing.
I'm sorry. There must have been some misunderstanding between us, Mr. Kenneth. We have an extremely urgent matter, and would like to request an audience with Mr. Arita.
Mr. Arita has already made his position clear to everyone. No lobbyists. The lady from the Strategic Investment Department behind your visit should know that all too well. My father taught me that at the heart of every deal lies one thing: respect. But that lady showed no regard for Mr. Arita's wishes, sending bumbling spies and reckless lobbyists. Her actions were utterly devoid of respect.
Kenneth, we're not spies, nor do we mean to offend you. We're just a group of desperate people with nowhere else to turn. My friends are back in Plain Arcadia, and every living being in that world are in grave danger right as we speak. On behalf of the Astral Express, I make this promise to you, and through you to Mr. Arita. So long as he is willing to cast the deciding vote against the weaponization of the husk, the Express will bear any and all costs and obligations that arise from it. Please, make sure this promise reaches him.
The bond you share with your friends is truly moving. However, I'm afraid I can't do that. As for this spy right here, I can give him back to you. The heart of every deal lies in respect. Chew on that. I've said my piece. Taravan, that bloated pig. Weaponizing the voracity? Why not just weaponize himself instead? Save everyone the trouble.
So, what do we do now?
I'm sorry. I messed everything up again.
An unfavorable opening, to say the least. The moment IPC faction politics get involved, things get infinitely more complicated. What do you think? Should we try a different approach, or keep up the chase? You mean what he said to us before he left?
The heart of every deal lies in respect. Is Kenneth trying to tell us something?
Respect? Since when has the IPC ever treated anyone with respect? Setting everything else aside, my higher-ups are each more ruthless than a wolf, which is very much in line with my family motto, no friends, only prey. Who knows? Maybe we're even distant relatives? A wily old fox like Arita, does he even know what respect means? The only way he'd ever bow is if Louis Fleming crawled out of his coffin, I'd say. Huh? Really?
True respect comes from having the strength that others acknowledge. Just like how the Strategic Investment Department respects the Astral Express. Kenneth is telling us he wants to see what we're made of.
I see. But what do we have that could earn his respect? Trying to bribe him would take wealth on old Odie's level to sway Arita. As for using force, that would be exceedingly unwise on IPC ground. As far as the city is concerned, the awakening of the Husk is still a piece of information known only to the IPC's upper echelons. But Astropolis isn't home to IPC executives alone. It's also teeming with envoys, magnates, and officials from member worlds across the pan-cosmic trade system.
Exactly. The crisis plane Arcadia is facing right now is going to seriously shake their confidence in the IPC. So, once we release this information to the public, the IPC's stock price is going to be thrown into turmoil.
We don't necessarily have to convince Arita. We can use information the way Fullwish did. Once you start learning from the enemy, it's hard to stop, isn't it? So, we leak this to the press and turn this little internal scheme into an external risk that the IPC has no choice but to deal with.
I can reach out to Albert and feed him a bombshell for his keeping up with Star Rail.
Husk! Stock fluctuations? I have no idea what you're talking about. I think I'll pass. I just got a new lease on life, and I'd like to enjoy it for a few more days. Anyway, I gotta run!
Now then, let's have Kenneth show a little respect. Come on, Sonny. Let's head to the Lodestar Tower and meet up with March and the others. March 7th, disturbing the peace? You've got to be kidding me.
We can still make it in time if we make haste. Welcome.
One thing after another.
Is Kenneth creating obstructions for us?
No way. He left us a hint.
So, the marketing development department is behind this? I see them. They're right there.
Why are there security for?
Disturbing the peace? Is this a mistake?
We are guests invited by Madam Jade of the Strategic Investment Department. Is this really how Astropolis treats its guests?
Your entry permits are verified and valid. However, the laws of Astropolis are jointly upheld by the 7 major departments. No exemptions are granted based on the invitation of a single senior executive. Our system detects a dangerous wanted fugitive hiding among your visiting party.
Is this some kind of interastral joke? The Nameless of the Astral Express are heroes who've saved many worlds.
This is bad. We need to go, now.
Target identified. Sunday, former head of Penacony's Oak family. Currently a high-priority wanted criminal of the family. Charges include severe endangerment of cosmic order and security.
Since when does the IPC hunt down wanted criminals for the family?
In accordance with the Pan-Galactic Civilization's Judicial Mutual Assistance and Emergency Extradition Treaty, IPC security forces are authorized to subject dangerous fugitives to preventative detention to ensure segmentum stability and fulfill treaty obligations.
It appears explaining myself is entirely pointless now.
Excuse me, I am not equipped with a dreaming module. You have selected the most unwise course of action. Violent obstruction of the law. Warning, disarm immediately. Non-compliance will prevent us from guaranteeing your right to life.
That's the stuff. Clashing with the local authorities every 3 stops of the way. How familiar.
Requesting lighthouse support. Requesting lighthouse support.
Lighthouse, copy. Request received.
A minor setback. We are the Trailblaze! Light up the cosmic night!
Lighthouse, execute the arrest directive immediately.
Zip it, tin can. You're making my brain hurt.
Huh? What's going on? Why is he taking down his own people?
All right, stand down. I'm not here to cause trouble. Here, this is a special access pass. Its clearance is a few grades higher than that outdated arrest warrant of yours. I'm taking them with me. Objections?
Clearance confirmed.
Hilarious. Clearance confirmed. One word of objection out of you, I'll be pounding you into scrap and shipping you back to security in a box. Right, you lot. Write your own incident reports. Make it airtight and keep my name out of it, hear me? Well, don't just stand there. Do you really want to waste eternity dealing with these by-the-book blockheads? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lighthouse, Astropolis' honorary security officer. I am the light that pierces the darkness, the shield that guards against danger, the one who leaves no place to hide for the scoundrels that threaten IPC assets and the safety of Astropolis' citizens. I see that gleaming statue. They built it for me after I single-handedly stopped an out-of-control airship from crashing into Paradise Island 3 years ago, saving well over 100 IPC executives and more than 1,000 foreign dignitaries from our partner worlds.
Cool.
So, you're basically Astropolis' resident superhero?
Superhero? I'm no different from the influencers swarming this city. I can't hold a candle to the nameless of the Astral Express. At the end of the day, I'm just a corporate grunt running errands for the bigwigs. Someone sent me to bail you out. As guests of the Strategic Investment Department, you all have free reign in Astropolis. With the exception of that Palovian young master over there. Oh, come on! Please don't make my life difficult!
The IPC is riddled with internal factions. It seems someone is trying to assert their presence.
Spot on! I got 2 calls at the same time. One asked me to ensure unrestricted access for the Strategic Investment Department's guests. And the other asked me to apprehend the high-risk wanted felon. I thought to myself, isn't this just a... picking on the little guy? Am I supposed to fish the sugar out of their instant coffee, too? But hey, that's just how corporate life is.
So, tell me, big hero, exactly which two heavyweights are duking it out up there?
On IPC turf, some questions are better left unasked. Because the real question isn't who done it, but rather who wants you to know. And I obviously haven't received the directive to tell you.
To think my past mistakes would catch up with me right here, right now. You two, I'm very sorry. Imposing my presence here will only burden you. So be it. No need to worry, Mr. Lighthouse. I will leave Astropolis. Immediately.
Where could you go at a time like this?
I'll return to the Express and warp to low orbit above plain Arcadia. There I can use the Express as a comms relay. We need first-hand intel from there. Take care, you two. I'll do my part. And you do your best, too.
Phew! Finally got His Highness out of my hair. My performance review is safe. I'll call that a win.
Honestly, I never want to set foot in this dump ever again.
It's truly my greatest honor that you Nameless are so willing to cooperate. By the way, I hear you're heading to the Lodestar Tower. Please, allow me to escort you the rest of the way. I guarantee no one else will come looking for trouble.
Escort. Or surveil.
In Astropolis, surveillance is a public service. Me, I'm just the optional companion package with a more personal touch.
Hello? Welcome. I'll take my coat.
This is my first time getting up close and personal with the Nameless of the Astral Express. What an honor!
This poster.
Ah, that's a promo poster. What? Wanna buy a ticket?
No, I mean the person.
Ah, Beatrice Melanine. Who knows? I heard, man, if only I had that kind of luck.
Shuttle ST-967 will depart soon. Passengers headed for Lodestar Tower, please prepare for boarding.
Hi there. Tickets to the Lodestar Tower.
Mr. Lighthouse, are you heading up too? Are you on another important mission?
Just a routine patrol. Escorting these friends here while I'm at it. Duty calls.
I knew it! With you around, Lodestar Tower is in good hands. Here are your tickets! And thank you again for what you did on that sightseeing boat, for saving my child.
Don't sweat it. I was just doing my job. All right, we've got the tickets. Let's move. It's here. Let's go, guys. All right, everyone, grab a spot and hold on tight. This little hover saucer is gonna coast along the tow track for a bit before taking us into the Lodestar Tower. Skylight's open. Nice view, eh?
Even the most spectacular views get old when you have to stare at them every single day.
Destination. My mission isn't complete until then. I'm usually just flying around up there, so this is my first time riding an everyday commuter shuttle. If you folks aren't in a chatty mood, I can stop talking.
Looks like a needle from the outside. But once you're inside, it's actually massive.
You're looking at least 100,000 people buzzing in and out of here on any given day.
Non-employee detected in the work zone. Please cease movement and submit to scanning. Identity confirmed. Security officer, Lighthouse. Invited guests, nameless, March 7th, and unidentified unemployed individual.
Who are you calling unemployed? I'm an independent comic artist currently dodging deadlines.
Suspicious target. Requesting security forces.
Again? Is there seriously no end to the IPC's red tape?
Special access permit. Authorization code 54266.
Authorization confirmed. Welcome to Lodestar Tower. Please abide by the IPC Code of Conduct.
Alright, my mission ends here. What was it you guys were planning to do next?
Madam Jade said she set up an office for us.
Then just go say hi to the receptionist and drop Madam Jade's name. Assuming none of the bigwigs decide to trip you up again, of course. Good luck out there. I've got a patrol to get back to.
See ya, Mr. Lighthouse.
For malfunction reports, please proceed to Zone D. For visitor pre-registration, please submit the online form and expect a processing time of at least 3 business days. For lost items, please contact security at extension 114.
Hi there. We're guests of Madam Jade from the Strategic Investment Department. She said an office was reserved for us.
Understood. One moment, please. Guests of Madam Jade. Here it is. Zone G892, temporary office. Access code... According to the system, access to that office was temporarily locked by the Marketing Development Department for emergency debugging just moments ago. Lifting the lock requires authorization from a department head or higher. I'm afraid coordinating this might take some time. Let me check. 24 system hours.
24 system hours? We don't even have 4 hours left!
That's the IPC for you. A textbook example of petty office politics.
But this is just ridiculous! A petty turf war over an office is going to indirectly destroy the future of an entire world!
thrilled!
Looks like we'll just have to ask Jade to assign us another.
We're out of time. We went through a lot to get here, and I'm not letting them stop us now. Let's try this instead. Employee ID IPC MDD GL3 1545. Name Beatrice Melanine. Affiliated with the Marketing Development Department, Cosmic Big Lotto Division, Level 3 Project Consultant. My access permissions should still be dormant. I'd like to activate them.
Beatrice Melanine? Oh, wait, are you the Big Lotto girl?
That's goddess to you, the Lotto goddess. Listen up, rookie. Citing Article 7 of the Emergency Internal Resource Allocation Regulations, during periods of cross-departmental collaboration, employees of Level 3 or higher from the originating department may apply to elevate their temporary venue coordination priority to the maximum. Now, type it in and give it another try.
Clause verified. Temporary system authorization granted. Force unlocking access to Office B703. Please wait. All set. Here is your temporary access pass, valid for 24 system hours. Welcome back, Miss Melanine?
24 system hours, whew, more than enough. What are you all standing around for? Let's go.
What just happened? Are you really Beatrice Melanine? No way!
It's just one of the many gigs I've worked, hardly worth mentioning.
But...
I know you have a lot of questions, but the hallway isn't exactly the best place to chat, is it? This way! B703, right? Back at my old stomping grounds. I know.
This elevator's taking forever! How many floors does this place even have?
Lodestar Tower tops out at 6,622 floors. I'll never understand why they built it so ridiculously high. B703! This should be it! Finally, a place to catch our breath. So, you two, should we kick things off with a pre-battle briefing? Or would you rather get those burning questions off your chests?
Before we begin, I have a question. From the day we met, your identity has changed constantly. President of Robocom, an employee at Perlux, a deadline-dodging comic artist, and now you're the IPC's Lotto Goddess? So, Miss Nihilux, who are you really?
Before I answer that, I need to ask you two one thing. You're willing to trust me, right?
You seem like a good person, I guess. But if you don't give us some straight answers, she and I are gonna have a hard time trusting someone who's always keeping secrets.
The nice guy card. March, that's the highest praise I've ever received. It's fine. A trusting heart is magic. Since you're willing to trust me, I'll stop hiding things from you. I do juggle quite a few identities, and I'll admit, I don't exactly look like the most reliable person. But every single version of me is 100% genuine. I'm just glad these identities have allowed me to help my friends out when they're in a pinch. Little Raccoon, there's, something I need to get off my chest. I think it's time I told you.
Boss! Evil boss. Mr. Sunday tipped us off that there's some explosive news to cover, so we came without a moment's delay.
Explosive news?
Sunday and I have an idea on how to get an audience with Arita.
Uh-huh. So, you want to blow the plain Arcadia Husk crisis wide open, using public outcry to corner the pro-weaponization faction. Even in my wildest dreams, I never imagined Furbobo Weekly would one day expand into interstellar reporting. So what are we waiting for? Let's drop this bombshell on every reader in Astropolis right now!
This is the exclusive of all exclusives! The bombshell of all bombshells! Beep boop! Are we really gonna publish something like, IPC higher-ups want to turn a planet into a weapon?
What if Furbos get stuffed into a courier box tomorrow and tossed into a black hole?
Listen up, little dummies! If we don't hurry and get this massive scoop out, our newsroom in plain Arcadia is gonna get eaten by monsters and dumped into a black hole anyway. Remember the journalism principles I taught you? Don't write the news like some bone-dry fact-finding report. The headline has to be sensational and intimately connected to our readers' everyday lives.
Shocking! Secret meeting of IPC execs. Save the planet or turn it into the ultimate weapon. Like this?
Exactly. But the point isn't to expose the conspiracy. It's to shove the danger right in our readers' faces. They need to know that after Plain Arcadia falls, the world they live in will face the exact same threat.
Subtitle: Exclusive Insider Report. Astral Express tells all. A greater shadow looms over Astropolis.
I got it! We can also add a poll question to the article like, do you support in-canvas rescue or weapon modification? Maximum interactivity!
Nice. Aside from our little Furbos over-the-top clickbaity articles, we'll also need you to step in front of the camera for a few shots to boost the story's credibility. We'll aim to infect every social and news platform in Astropolis in record time with this news, just like the anti-organic equation did.
Leave it to us Furbos for the freedom of press.
And to keep our home from turning into a giant firecracker!
The news is out! The Furbos blew their entire marketing budget buying up prime ad space and sponsored trends across all platforms. Now, all we have to do is wait for it to gain traction.
We only have 3 system hours left. If we fail to make it before then...
All right, my friends, let's not stare anxiously at the clock. This is the home of interastral peace entertainment, after all. 1 system hour is more than enough for a message to burn from a tiny spark into a raging wildfire.
Given the endless roadblocks we've faced so far, I'm having a hard time relaxing. Do you think the IPC's PR risk department will immediately take action and silence us?
Miss March, please don't say another word, because I think you just jinxed us.
Huh? That fast? Beep boop! Aberrant data detected! The initial click and share metrics across all major platforms are skyrocketing! But none of the related discussion topics made it onto the trending list! It's like hitting an invisible wall! The IPC is definitely pulling the strings!
What? Giving into despair already? Did you forget? Astropolis is home to more than just IPC employees, and not every employee is a puppet dancing on the IPC strings. Algorithms and push notifications are crucial, sure, But when everybody's safety and the safety of the entire universe is at stake, it's not just the algorithms alone that determine how the news spreads. At the end of the day, the ultimate medium through which information spreads is still people. Terrified whispers, burning curiosity, the desire for the truth. These will all run rampant in break rooms, cafeterias, and on commuter trains, all through the oldest and most effective method there is, word of mouth. The IPC can bury trending searches and throttle notifications, but they can't wipe every private message, nor can they stop people from wondering what if in the back of their minds. All we have to do is make sure this first spark is bright and true. And the little furbos have already nailed that part.
So, what do we do next?
That is a question the IPC itself must answer. The fire has been lit. Putting it out is their problem. I guess the most dignified and foolproof approach would be to come straight to the source of the information and propose a partnership. See? What did I tell you?
Esteemed Trailblazer, Miss March 7. Hello there, it's me, your old pal Albert. The higher-ups have seen the bombshell news you just dropped. Well, they're taking it seriously, of course. Extremely seriously. They've decided to set up a special last-minute interview session just for you at the Panorama Hall inside Lodestar Tower. They want to hear all about the situation in Plain Arcadia firsthand, along with your demands. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. IPC higher-ups and even business reps from other star systems will all be there. You get to speak directly to the most influential audience around. Yours truly is also all set to conduct an exclusive interview with you afterwards. You will show, right?
Yay! Our voices are finally being heard.
See? I was right, wasn't I?
Albert sent over the time and location. I'd better get ready.
Leaving already?
No time to waste. I need to move now.
Good luck.
Panorama Hall. So many screens.
Welcome, Trailblazer. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Yannick, assistant to the International Peace Corporation's Board of Directors and one of the hosts of the Pan-Cosmic Trade Summit. The news you posted on your personal media account has caused a massive uproar across all of Astropolis. I've been commissioned by the board to arrange a special discussion panel. I'd like to invite you to speak your mind without reserve. A few IPC executives, along with trade ambassadors who traveled here from other star systems. Every single one of them, madam. I represent their collective will.
I have to speak to all these people at once?
There's no need to be nervous. Most of them are only here to listen. Everyone's closely following developments in Plain Arcadia and the Veracity Husk. Your testimony will help them understand, and it will factor into any potential re-evaluation of the board's position. If you're ready, please, Follow me to the central platform.
Please try to capture people's attention and make the most of it.
Today's meeting agenda is...
No. Everyone, please quiet down. A messenger from Plain Arcadia, nameless of the Astral Express, is here. At present, aside from Zazad and Diamond, who are absent due to scheduling conflicts and other unforeseen circumstances, the heads of all 7 IPC departments have remotely connected to the Pan-Cosmic Trade Summit venue. According to the pre-meeting briefing, our agenda today is an inquiry and statement of position regarding the Plain Arcadia Husk crisis.
Don't panic. Seize this chance to get your demands across to these IPC executives. I am sure you have all seen the news regarding the situation. I swear on the honor of the Astral Express that everything I say is the truth. I am here to deliver a plea on behalf of everyone still fighting in Plain Arcadia at this very moment. I seek to invoke the power of the preservation to canvass Plain Arcadia once more, buying us more time against the Husk's breakthrough. I hope the executives holding voting rights will consider the future of Plain Arcadia, as well as the worlds of all the envoys present here today.
This is true. Are you serious?
Let's start with this. The Husk has been sealed within Plain Arcadia for over a millennium. Why did it suddenly spiral out of control?
The Phantasmoon Games held in Plain Arcadia are in fact a ceremony designed by the Eon of Elation to suppress the Husk. Unfortunately, despite our best efforts to stop him, Lord Ravager Astropolis managed to disrupt the ceremony.
I understand you're anxious, but I think you're being alarmist. You're telling me that in 12 hours, the constellation Star Zone, where Plain Arcadia is located, will be wiped out? Do you have any proof to back up your claim?
I am not an expert on Leviathans. My conclusion is based on the calculations of Madame Pearl from the Strategic Investment Department. As the administrator of Plain Arcadia, her conclusion should be reliable.
Unfortunately, neither of you are experts. Let me be clear. The veracity has been dead for a very, very long time. By your own account, Plain Arcadia is nothing more than one fragment of its corpse. The Technology Department's assessment has concluded that the IPC's cutting-edge technology is more than capable of controlling the activities of these eonic remains. Perhaps even turning them into our most powerful weapon. As for the people there, they're collateral damage. You can't do business without taking any loss.
Mr. Taravan, what are you saying? If you adopt the Technology Department's proposal, wouldn't you be abandoning Madame Pearl, along with all the survivors? Isn't Plain Arcadia part of the IPC's trade network? What happened to the spirit of preservation the IPC preaches? You've just told every trade ambassador in this room that the IPC's protections and treaties are worthless the moment disaster strikes. Esteemed ambassadors, I ask you, when the next disaster descends upon your worlds, can you trust this person standing before you to help?
Don't bother with the theatrics. Of course they don't trust me. Or should they? They're here for business. They're here to sell their manpower, resources, and technology. They're here to trade their planet's blood for sky-high amounts of money. Every world that joins the trade network bears its own risks. The swarm, the anti-organic equation, the Borising. Sure, the IPC provides some support to its allies, but the IPC isn't your spoon-feeding, diaper-changing nanny.
What is Mr. Terror? That's quite enough, Tarvon. You've made it all the way to Board Director, yet you seem to have more professional discretion back when you were hauling materials for the Building Material Logistics Department. Feeling amused? Oh, you lot are pathetic. Weaponizing the husk is the most effective, technologically sound solution to the crisis right now, bar none. Representative of the Astral Express, you should be well aware that the Strategic Investment Department's proposal has one fatal flaw. And canvassing Plane Arcadia merely hits the pause button on the crisis. It doesn't end it. When the seal completely fails, not even shattering all 10 cornerstones would buy the 10 Stonehearts a single second of breathing room. How do the Strategic Investment Department and the Express plan to respond when that happens?
Everything happened too fast. I don't have a more fleshed out idea. But if we can delay the crisis, we'll have more time to figure out the best solution. Alternative plan or no, I have to ask, is there really zero risk in turning an Eon's fragments into a weapon?
Risk? Of course there's a risk, but it comes down to probability. You don't expect me to explain the technical details right here, do you?
Yes, it comes down to probability. You may think that a chance buried several decimal places deep is effectively zero. But have you ever faced an enemy that can truly manipulate probability? I have. Lord Ravager Asat Pramad. He can make guaranteed hits miss their mark and turn a 1 in a million disaster into an absolute certainty. You think the risks are under control, but against him, or another higher being like him, that's nothing but an ignorant delusion. You certainly can turn a blind eye to the odds and hit that weaponized button. But when that probability turns around and devours you, will you be ready for it?
Fair enough. I've heard all I need to know regarding the Plane Arcadia issue. I support the in-campus plan, and that's that.
Too bad Zazad and Diamond didn't show up. That was exhilarating.
I'm guessing they already knew how this discussion was going to end.
Congratulations on getting your wish, Miss Trailblazer. The discussion was quite lengthy. Let's take a break.
We actually convinced Mr. Arita? I thought it'd take a lot more work.
I understand. In certain moments, a matter of life and death can carry the exact same weight as a speck of dust. Until the dust settles, people are bound to feel a lingering sense of unease. But the truth is, you've been fighting for the right cause, and you've succeeded in moving it forward. Hey, remember your old friend, Albert? He's been following the summit from start to finish. Perhaps during the break, you could head over to the Keeping Up with Star Rail studio and update the audience on the results of the discussion.
True. I promised Albert I'd record a segment after the summit.
The court of public opinion is a battlefield, and seizing the initiative is crucial. Keeping Up with Star Rail reaches an audience far beyond Astropolis. It broadcasts to the entire cosmos. It's a prime opportunity to make your voice heard and leverage media influence to pressure the IPC's decision-making process. This ring platform we're now standing on branches out in 3 directions, leading to different functional zones within the Lodestar Tower. The Keeping Up with Star Rail studio is right over there. If you'd like to head over, simply operate this rotary dial and the path will open right up for you.
The boss of the Strategic Investment Department is not going to show either. They might need to be careful about the optics because of Pearl, from what I heard.
Before I head out, I should tell March and the others the good news. Better not keep them worrying. Next up, Albert's interview. Here we are, the studio. Seems like there's nobody around.
Are you the Trailblazer? Hi! Looks like the summit talks have wrapped up. Here for the Keeping Up with Star Rail interview? Oh, right. The host should be here soon. Tell you what, why don't you take a seat in the studio before the interview starts? See that control panel over there? Just give it a press, and the studio will automatically rise up.
This must be the Keeping Up with Star Rail studio, right? Just how many show studios do they have in this place?
Whoa! It's great to meet you, Trailblazer. I'll be billing in as the host for this episode of Keep Up with Star Rail. You can call me Little Albert.
Albert isn't coming?
Well, since you broke that massive scoop, he's got a ton of big shots to interview. Tight schedule, heavy workload. You understand that, right? Right? And, why don't we go ahead and start recording? She, nameless of the Astral Express, the hero who saved Amphorus.
Huh?
And now, for the crisis is written, plain Arcadia. She braved Astropolis, delivering an impassioned speech at a star-studded pan-cosmic trade summit. How will her voice influence the direction of this summit? What destiny awaits plain Arcadia? Dear audience, please welcome today's guest on Keep Up with Star Rail. First question. Just what kind of impact did the Veracity's husk make on plain Arcadia? I heard the Strategic Investment Department did massive reconstruction work there. Does that mean all their investments went right down the drain? You make a great point. Whatever's going on over there, at least one thing's clear. Retirement-related investments have definitely gone down the drain. Why do you ask? Well, an apocalypse obviously tanks everyone's life expectancy, so healthcare brands have absolutely no future.
Seriously? What are you doing? You need to take this seriously.
In my hosting experience, a whole show without a single laugh is a complete train wreck.
We're talking about the existential crisis of an entire world. This isn't keeping up with Star Rail's style at all. Would Albert really hand over the hosting gig to a bird like you? Tell me, who sent you?
Miss Nihilux! Good news! She just sent us a message! Old Mr. Arita has been won over! He's going to vote for in Canvas!
Isn't this all a little too easy?
Was that a bad thing? Oh, come on, don't be like me. I really don't want to play the Jinx anymore.
All right then, March. Congratulations! Verbos!
You scared this Virgo half to death. Evil boss, don't just start screaming!
My little Dumbos! Get online right now and pull the search volume for the keywords Summit, Astral Express, and Plain Arcadia.
Huh? What for?
In my experience working at the IPC, you can never be too careful. They invited Little Raccoon to present her case at the summit. Even if they don't publicly announce the voting results, they can't stop curious outsiders from driving up the search volume for related info.
Beep boop! These keywords are showing absolutely zero search fluctuations! The search volume is so low it's sad.
Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Right, let me check the scheduled meetings for today. Look at this! Today's reservation record for the Panorama Hall says, closed all day for internal equipment maintenance.
What do you mean, closed all day? Isn't she supposed to have an interview there? I see.
You've got some nerve, Oswaldo, to pull such cheap stunts before a magician.
Magic?
Yeah, an elaborate high-budget display of commercial magic. Its goal isn't to solve the problem, but to buy time. Using a highly convincing executive debate to stall our protagonist, tricking her into thinking hope is just around the corner so she'll quiet down and wait for the outcome.
Brilliant! Absolutely brilliant!
You old creep. You knew?
Watching smart people walk step by step into a huge glaring trap is way more fun than pure destruction. So, how much time do you have left to write a slightly less embarrassing ending for this farce? An hour? Or only the relentless countdown to detonation?
I need to message her right away. Miss Nihilux, where are you going? I'm coming with you.
No, March, you stay put. The marketing development department might be keeping a close eye on anyone going in or out of this room right now. I'm not part of the express crew, so I won't draw as much attention. Besides, I've got Beatrice Melanine's ID card here, so slipping in and out will be easier for me. Huh. Right. Mr. Asat Pramod, since you enjoy being a spectator so much, why don't you step onto the stage yourself? See firsthand how this farce you indirectly started goes completely off the rails.
You don't look so good all of a sudden. Are you hired?
You all teamed up to play me like a fool.
Uh-oh! Mission's a bust! I've gotta stall her for as long as I can, or I'll end up like Mr. Albert. I'm sorry. I'll tell you everything. I'm just a lowly grunt in the marketing development department. They promised me a promotion and a raise if I could keep you here. Actually, neither of us is going anywhere. They've locked down the entire studio and the corridor leading to the panorama hall.
Fine. They went through all the trouble to set this up. I might as well grace the stage and crash the show.
Don't come any closer. I don't want you to see me like this. I'm so sorry. I knew they were just using me to gain your trust, but I still made that go. I'm a spineless chicken.
They locked the doors. Do you know another way out of here?
Truly knows the way. There's an express lane for clocking out right in the corner of the studio. Found it. I'll give you 2 passcodes. Punch them in, follow the path, and you'll be able to bypass the lockdown and come right behind the panorama hall. Hurry up and go. Don't worry about me. I can break out of this cage on my own.
Take care of yourself.
Go now, and be careful.
What the heck is this big donut? Gravity seems to shift around this circle. I wonder what'll happen if I jump into another bubble. Is this the hall from earlier? What are you doing here?
I'll grant you access to all the doors locked. Let's meet up in the next room.
How did you do that? Never mind. Doesn't matter. VIPC security is a joke.
Judging by the time, I'd say our job here is done.
What is this place?
Holy eons! Who the heck let her out? Weren't we supposed to stall her for at least one system hour? What happened to the door locks?
Let me check the access logs. The locks were overridden. Who did this?
That'd be me. I did it. Someone gifted me a tiny data slice. Said it'd take care of a lot of headaches. Stellaron Hunter Tech. Pretty impressive, huh?
Are you a Stellaron hunter?
Oh, no. I'm your colleague, Beatrice Melanine. Haven't you heard of me?
Melanine? Isn't that name from almost 50 years ago?
Enough chit-chat! Call security, now!
Are we going up against an A-list? Aren't they partners with the Strategic Investment Department?
Quit yapping! You have one job.
That's a wrap for your show. Now it's my turn to take the stage.
Hold your horses, protagonist. It's not your time to shine just yet. These small fries? Let someone with a big appetite gobble them up.
What the heck is that?
Hello. Please support the IPC. Oh, for the Amber Lord.
Out! Way! Get lost!
The nameless has gone crazy!
Slack off once in a while. It's good for your health.
That takes care of that. As satisfying as it was fighting our way through them, the problem we're trying to solve still remains. You know, those fakes in the meeting were a bunch of nobodies with zero actual pull. Oswaldo, the mastermind behind this whole farce, is still hiding comfortably behind the scenes with no intention of showing his face. We can't let him or any of those other high and mighty executives keep stalling us endlessly.
Got any bright ideas, Miss Nihilux?
I noticed you've been holding on to a pretty dangerous trophy. Forgive me for taking the liberty, but I brought it along.
Oh, what do you need me to do? Slaughter them all? Or bankrupt them?
No, just look at this. The severed head of a Lord Ravager. And it still talks. I guarantee you, shoving this in their faces will shock them through and through, more than some distant husk breaking its seal ever will.
I like this idea.
The executives all logged off early, huh? With them out of the way, the mission's basically complete. What happens next depends on how long the fake host can keep her distracted.
Now, off the record, don't you folks think I'd be a pretty convincing Taravan too? When it comes to being a gourmand, I could give the real Mr. Taravan a run for his money.
All right, zip it. If word of this gets out, you'll be packing your bags by tomorrow morning.
But Mr. Yannick promised us whatever is said during this summit won't reach a single ear outside the Panorama Hall.
Oh, yeah? Are they really that confident?
Yannick, you sneaky little bard's turd. Point every single camera at me right now. I know you have the clearance. I want my face broadcasted to every single screen in Astropolis.
Oh, miss, please don't get so worked up.
I tried to present my case calmly and peacefully, but all I got in return was mockery and humiliation. If the news of Plain Arcadia's impending destruction is too far removed from your daily lives to pique your interest, then how about this? The severed head of a Lord Ravager. Every time it rolls, it brings incalculable variables and trials to an entire world. Care to test your luck? Will disaster befall you, or every single one of you?
Oh, I've heard the crew of the Astral Express are all honorable, righteous, nameless. You wouldn't do such a thing. Would you? Even if you do resort to violence, Astropolis has its own superhero. I've already signaled Lighthouse. He'll be here to save us any second now.
Pathetic. It seems you neither comprehend the power of a Lord Ravager, nor know how to treat a true hero with the dignity they deserve.
A true hero doesn't hold a bomb and threaten to blow the entire place sky high.
It's a real shame. This time I've received a top priority directive. Eliminate the threat to the venue at all costs. I know I'm no match for you. This is my duty. The sole reason I wear this power armor. I have to maintain the peace in Astropolis because I am the honorary security officer, Lighthouse!
Peace? Since when has Astropolis ever known peace? I once heard a rather amusing joke. The preservation is nothing but a facade. Klapoth fell from grace ages ago, and the IPC is actually a faction of the Veracity. But seeing it for myself today, it turns out it wasn't such a joke after all. There is a Leviathan of the Veracity slumbering right beneath Astropolis, too.
What kind of nonsense is that thing spouting?
Okay, it's okay.
Don't panic. It is impossible for a Lord Ravager to breach Astropolis. Do it, Lighthouse! Take them all down!
You people have truly put me to my limit. Since my warnings are falling on deaf ears,
Open doors! Earth shatters, heaven tremble!
I'm fine.
Trinity is before me. Now
rise
farewell.
for a new dawn!
Let's begin. My strength is what I touch! Dragons soaring above the land! This is permanent!
Trinity is before me.
This smoke.
Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
For distant horizons! We are the Trailblaze!
Light up the cosmic night!
Are you ready to face the risks?
That will do.
Huh?
Mr. Arita wishes to speak with you two.
What an absolutely spectacular show, Yannick.
Mr. Kenneth?
Trailblazer Madam Nilux. Or perhaps I should call you Madam Beatrice Melanine. I am here to welcome you both with the utmost respect. Please follow me to the elevator. We are heading to the Sky Call area. That is Mr. Arita's private residence. It is secure and quiet. It is there that he will decide the future of Plain Arcadia. I completely understand your anger and distrust. Were our positions reversed, my reaction would likely be far more explosive. Everyone involved in this charade will face the severest of punishments, I assure you. Please allow me to solemnly clarify. I swear upon the Amber Lord, the upcoming meeting has no prearranged script. Father is already aware of the commotion here, and wishes to meet with you both.
So we really did have to tear down the stage and blow the roof off just to get the boss's attention.
Lead the way, Mr. Butler.
Please follow me.
Where are we?
The entrance to the Cloud Peak Sky Call area. Nice view, isn't it? From up here, all of Astropolis is laid bare, stripped of its secrets. Not many are privileged enough to enjoy such a view. In the entire IPC, only 7 individuals hold this honor.
Sure is a long way from the ground. A fall from up here would shatter you to pieces, no?
Better to risk the fall than be ground into the dirt. Rather than being crushed silently underfoot, most would gamble to reach the summit. At least they get to see the view from up on high. If you would both step onto the platform, should you experience a touch of vertigo, please don't be alarmed.
I just get sucked into the sky?
We have arrived. Father, I have brought them.
Let them approach. You are dismissed. Children need not be present for what comes next.
Ooh, is it going to be R-rated? Too bad we're on a tight schedule. There's less than a system hour left before you cast that crucial vote. Clock is a ticking, Mr. Orita.
You really should invest in a better watch, Ms. Melanine. We have time to spare. We all know Louis Fleming only needs 60 seconds to make a decision.
You're not Louis Fleming, though. Everyone also knows that even the chairman can't change a decision made by Ol Orita.
Indeed. The younger generation seems to think the Ahatopia case requires no further discussion. I, however, have my reservations. I find both of the current proposals lacking. Oswaldo is capable and ambitious, but he remains a child. His ideas are naive. Diamond. His mind is far more mature than his appearance suggests. But being overly calculating can sometimes be a detriment. My duty is to select a successor for the IPC. Their credentials are simply too shallow to claim my vote. And so, Trailblazer, I am in need of a third option.
A third option?
I've been observing you ever since you set foot in Astropolis. Hustling and making your voice heard. You're just like Louis Fleming during the founding years. Now, I will give you 60 seconds. Tell me your story. If it proves compelling enough, you might just win my support. This way, I won't be forced into a binary choice. And you get exactly what you want. A win-win, as they say.
With everything going on, you're still playing power games? Listen closely. I'm not here to tell stories. Stories are just word games, and they won't stop the imminent threat of the veracity breathing down our necks. If you think in-canvassing is just stalling for time, and weaponization bears too much risk, then I'll give you your third option.
The first signs of the war among the Eons are beginning to show. I believe this is why the IPC has been positioning itself here for years. When I saw the Phantos Moon at its fullest, I became even more certain. This ceremony to commune with the Eon, whether genuine or not, could be the turning point that determines the destiny of the cosmos. But what's important is that you make your own decisions, such as whether you'll take part in these grand games, and if so, how.
Return to whence you came. As a supplicant, I shall restart the Phantos Moon Games. I'll gather our wish power, seek an audience with Aha, and use the Elation's authority to suppress the Husk. Just as it was done countless Amber eras ago. If people could do it then, we can do it now. But for any of this to work, plain Arcadia has to survive.
And what makes you think the ever-fickle Aha will simply grant your wish?
Right back at you. What makes you so certain Aha won't take my side?
Fair enough. I don't make a habit of dealing with Eons, so I suppose I have no say in the matter. Then again, I'm not the one one making the decision here. Lewis Fleming is. 60 seconds are up. Chairman, the decision is yours.
How many Amber errors has it been? My old friend, have you returned? Regardless of the identity you wear now, as long as the party concerned approves of this young one's proposition, the IPC will lend its full support. So tell me, what are your thoughts?
Do you really need to ask? When have I ever opposed any of Akivilli's ideas? The answer is approved. The writing is on the wall. It's quite obvious whose side I'm taking.
In that case, as always, I wish you both the best of luck. Laredo.
Yes, sir. By the sacred authority bestowed upon us by the Amber Lord, the Traditional Project Department has reached a decision. We cast our vote for the Astral Express. And canvas Plane Arcadia and restart the Phantas Moon games. Thus, it is settled. The will of preservation shall be made manifest. Ahatopia will be preserved.
Citizens, she has carried out the petition, as promised. Now, I shall guide the power of preservation.
I will do all I can to paint and recreate the miracle.
As for me, I can't believe I'm working with the IPC. Whatever.
No. Perhaps we don't need to head to the tavern after all. The series of tremors have now subsided.
The tentacles surging from the fissures have vanished too.
It's her. They actually did it.
I am delighted to deliver the good news. The reenactment of the World and Canvas ritual was a success. Plane Arcadia has survived its most critical hour.
Everyone, the Astral Express has reached the outer perimeter of Ahatopia's crystal wall. The train will serve as a relay station, bridging communications between Plane Arcadia and Astropolis. I bring greetings from her, along with our objective for the next phase. Make your preparations. The final games.
As you wished, the Amber Lord has protected Ahatopia. I'm sure you two have private matters to discuss, so I won't intrude. But before I take my leave, the IPC has one final request. Please leave that die to us. The Lord Ravages' head is far too dangerous. It needs to be properly contained.
just do as he says. This old gentleman is trustworthy. Besides, I'm guessing you must have a mountain of questions right now. And having a third wheel around when we clear up all that confusion would totally kill the vibe.
Miss Trailblazer is gone. Will everything she claimed actually come to pass?
She will do it. She has to.
Oh. Why is the air in this room suddenly thick with conspiracy? Could it be that someone struck a little side deal under the table?
Times change. The IPC may no longer be the support team of old, but we won't abide the slander of a pawn of destruction. Your accusations at Lodestar Tower certainly piqued some interest. And from none other than the subject of those rumors herself. The Leviathan of Astropolis you spoke of. She is here.
What do you intend to do with the die, Miss Yabali?
Can't you guess what I want? Hand it over to Lighthouse and send it to the Life Sciences Institute. I'll take the scalpel to it myself, dissect this head stuffed full of conspiracy theories, and devour the knowledge of Ouroboros. Every last crumb of it.
Finally a breather from this monumental crisis. I can now rest. I'd love to say that, but you're not going to let me off the hook, are you? Relax. For the moment, at least. We have plenty of time. Enough to find a nice, quiet corner, sit down, and talk things through. But before that, you just pulled off something massive. I'm sure you have countless messages from people waiting to congratulate you. You should probably answer your phone first.
Miss Nihilux, it all comes back to you again. Where'd she go? Darn it! I slipped up! Did she make a run for it?
Hello! On behalf of my client, Madame Nihilux, I am here to deliver an invitation for tonight. Now playing the audio message.
Hi, little raccoon. I'm really sorry. Every time I try to bring up my true identity with you, some unexpected little hiccup gets in the way. Maybe this is just my lot in life. Watching you happily catch up on your messages, I figured I shouldn't interrupt your victory lap. But the questions burning in your mind deserve a proper, earnest answer. So, I made a reservation at the Upside Down restaurant. The view is nice, and the desserts aren't half bad. Some stories are best told slowly, over clinking glasses, once the dust has finally settled. I'll be waiting there, ready to tell you everything, holding absolutely nothing back. Make sure to be there on time.
Sheesh. Way to leave me hanging. Nihilux should be right around here.
Department speech was so inspiring. Gotta find a way to turn these tourists into my cake.
Purpose is to protect.
Open doors!
I need to be better.
Doubt farewell.
Drive for a new dawn!
I knew you'd come. So, what did you have to say? I didn't mean to keep this from you. But the comic artist thing is just a cover. When it comes to my true identity, you can call me Aha. To you, my dear audience, I dedicate this performance. I wonder, did it bring a little more elation into your lives? If it didn't, that's exactly how it should be. Because the grandest act of the play is only just beginning. It's a past I can barely stand to look back on. A wrong turn I took when I was young and foolish. Those days entangled with the gods. A swirling blur of peach pink and blood red. Looking back on it now, it was an absolute nightmare. But now, for the sake of the entire universe, and for you, I am willing to take off my mask. I am the master of Fantasia, the one who mourns, the murderer of all certainty, and the false sovereign of all theatrics. The first fool, and the original actor. Dear audience, the stars are silent. But I declare, let there be laughter!